I wanted to say a few words today in relation to the safe relationship training that I've been doing with regards to casual relationships, and just want to highlight one or two points with regards to casual relationships. And although we need not use any judgment either way in this regard, I wanted to just flag up a couple of things as far as safe relationships are concerned, and specifically with regard to casual relationships in our lives, which may pop up unexpectedly. And I want to unpack that a bit and explain what I mean by that. Often what can happen is that someone is entering what they believe is a bona fide dating relationship, but actually at the end of the day it turns out that they have been enticed into what is called a casual relationship, which means that it isn't a bona fide relationship or courtship. It is a casual setup which is being presented as a normal dating relationship. And in the beginning, it's often very difficult to identify whether it is a proper potential relationship setup or whether it's a casual relationship setup that is being set up sometimes out of our awareness. And this is where the danger lies, because in this day and age, often people enter into relationships very quickly, and they enter every level of the relationship very quickly, including the physical relationship. And therefore, it gives a false perception sometimes that a relationship is underway. But the realism of the situation could be that this isn't a relationship at all. It's just a system that's been set up potentially by someone who wants to just have a casual fling, but are really not looking to enter into a long-term relationship for whatever reason, which is fair enough. But as I say, the danger often comes when one person believes that they're actually going into a bona fide relationship early on, and in fact they're being led up the garden path and towards a situation where they may be just taken advantage of by the other person. And so the other person could just be setting things up that are on their terms, but unbeknownst to the other partner, they are being led into a situation which is deceiving them as far as a potential relationship is concerned. So what can one do? I don't give advice. I like to just offer an opinion, and what I do is I respect people's opinion and their ability to make decisions based on their own inner knowing. So that's one of the reasons why I don't give advice. And so I'm not going to give advice, but what I would say from a safe relationship training standpoint is to firstly be very aware. When we're ultra aware of the potential difficulties and danger down the road, then we've already preparing ourselves for what could occur and what could be presented to us in the guise of a proper relationship. So that's, I think, one of the important things to bear in mind, is just to be very aware that this could be a casual setup that's being set up, or it could be a potential relationship. And there are some key markers that one can keep an eye out for. that is being rushed into a situation that you're not prepared for. If someone is rushing you full on into a physical relationship which you are nowhere near prepared for, but you feel coerced into, that could be an indication that you're being rushed into a casual arrangement. That's not to say that the other person isn't getting carried away on the romance and what have you as well, but it could be an indication that we need to step back and set our boundaries and to decide what we really want to do in that situation, rather than giving in to peer pressure, which is important to understand that peer pressure, at whatever age you are, can be very powerful. And we can often receive the subliminal message that we are being pressured to go down a certain route, and we may not be prepared to do that, but we just may feel that we have to do it in order to stay in any sort of relationship dynamic. So I think those are two key points, in that remaining aware, just very gently, of what options could be being presented to you, and also remaining boundaried as far as making our own decisions are concerned, based on our true desires and our value system, rather than on peer pressure, which is quite prevalent these days. And the other thing which I just wanted to highlight before I go is that there are a whole range of different casual arrangements that are being set up, i.e. one-night stands, booty calls, friends with benefits, and just casual arrangements where people are set up to just hook up every now and again, and then you don't hear very much from them in between, if anything, and then you hear from them again when they want to hook up for sex or whatever it is. So that's just another key that I wanted to offer you, to be aware of the various different dynamics that could be set up, and to be aware of that straight away before you go in, and to just set those boundaries with yourself and with the other person. And if someone walks away really and they don't want to respect you enough to stand by your boundaries and your values, then that's up to you and it's up to them, you know. But so I just wanted to flag up those few points as far as casual relationships were concerned, and you know, just to be aware really, and to remain cautious and to remain firm in our ability to choose what we want to do based truly on who we are, rather than being forced into various situations because we want to fit in or whatever. So I hope that's helpful, and I look forward to seeing you again. As always, stay safe and happy. Bye bye.